all my measurements that I get out there on scene and start drawing diagrams and figuring out how fast people are going. We can find out through several different ways how fast people were going when they hit, how fast they were going 6 seconds before the crash, and all from math.
What kind of school did you have to go to do this?
Well, we go to the Institute of Police Technology and Management, and they're out of North Florida University. They have schools throughout the United States, and each class is an 80-hour class. It's an 80-hour class, but you're getting basically a semester in 80 hours. So I mean, it's 8 hours a day, nothing but math. So basically you're getting a whole college semester in 80 hours. And when you go to the police academy, you get 1 week of it, which is kind of like their equivalent to their basic week, which is just basic formulas, adding, subtracting, dividing, basic stuff. They throw a little bit of the formulas, a little bit of algebra. There's more schools after it. There's a pedestrian, motorcycle crashes, commercial vehicles. There's something called crush analysis. When I first started this, all I had was college algebra. That's all I had. And I thought, I think I really want to get into this accident reconstruction. I think that's good. That's smart. And wasn't really great math. And then we started getting into a lot of the math, and I was like, oh my gosh, seriously?
What's your favorite part of your job?
Interacting with people. I am the traffic reconstructionist. The only thing that I do is work accidents, investigate fatalities, and stop people, whether they're speeding and I try to look for violations that's going to cause an accident.
Why did you choose your career?
As a law enforcement officer, well, I've been doing it for 17 years, and before that I was in the military for 8 years, and before that I was in high school. So when I was in the military, I was a forward observer, where I called in artillery rounds on the enemy positions. There wasn't a whole lot of need for that out in the civilian world. I didn't have to do that a whole lot out here. So they actually had a grant. It was called Troops to Cops program. And when I left Fairbanks, Alaska, the program was just getting ready to end, but there was still space available, and I got in on that.
How much is a civilian accident reconstruction make?
They make about $5,000 an accident. That's just minimum. That's without doing a whole lot of work. So basically what I'm doing for each one of these accidents, there's somebody who's not in law enforcement getting paid $5,000 an accident. So they make about anywhere from $250 to $350 an hour. And you don't have to have a law enforcement degree. You don't have to have anything like that.
How does your work affect the whole investigation of an accident?
Well, what we do is when I go out to investigate an accident, I look for the facts. I look for the facts on the road, any of the evidence on the road. Sometimes it's very hard to find evidence on the road. Sometimes it's near impossible. So I take all those facts, bring it back here, and write up a report that says, this car did this car did this driver reacted this way, this driver reacted that way. I don't point fingers, I don't say she did it or he did it, or I just tell them exactly what the facts is. And this are roller tapes, they're roller wheels. Basically, if we're going to do some kind of long distance, it's just a measuring tool, so we don't have to use a tape measure. This extends out. We mark vehicle tires with this. This is where we get all our measurements from, is these wheels. Whenever we're doing long measurements. When we're doing long measurements, we use these. This right here is a drag sled. I mentioned this earlier. How you work this is you turn this on, and there's a formula for it. You turn this on, you get the weight of the sled. So you get the weight of the sled, then you get the weight of a pull across the surface. So as it starts to slide like this, it's going to give you a weight here. Then you take that and divide it, do some multiplying, and it gives you a friction.
So we plug the evidence into our equation. So speed 1, the speed of vehicle 1, equals speed 3, the post-impact speed of unit 1, 30, times the cosine of the departure speed of vehicle 1, which is 40 degrees, divided by the cosine of alpha, which is the approach angle of vehicle 1, which is 0, plus weight 2, which is 2,000 pounds, times speed 4, which is the post-impact speed of vehicle 2, which is 20, times the cosine of phi, which is the departure angle of unit 2, which is 25 degrees, divided by weight 1, which is 3,000 pounds, times cosine of alpha, which is 0, minus weight 2, 2,000 pounds, times speed 2, which is the impact speed of unit 2, which is 37.95 miles per hour, times the cosine of psi, which is the approach angle of vehicle 2, which is 80 degrees, divided by weight 1, 3,000 pounds, times cosine of alpha, which is 0. Plug all of this into your calculator, and you will come up with the impact speed of vehicle 1 is 30.67 miles per hour.